Hello. Hi guys. Hi Rex and Jenny. Hi Crosby's. Hi Finley. Hi St. Luke's friends. I was supposed to have a videographer today to help me tell my story, but he's playing golf. So I'm going to try to do this on my phone, and we'll do the best that we can. I remembered some things that we should have for our godly play in our pretend classroom in my living room. And I found some of them at my house. So I found this candle that my daughter Clara made a long time ago when she was about 10. She decorated it. So that's going to be our candle. And I found this to help me change the light that my grandmother used to have a long time ago. And look what I found. A bell. It's really quiet. To help us get ready. All right, so let's get ready. There was someone who did such amazing things and said such wonderful things. And people kept asking him who he was, really. And one time he said, "I am the light." The light is with us always. The light is inside. The light of the world. So now I'm going to change the light so that it can be with us everywhere and all the time. So it's time to begin. So this is our story for today. And it is a parable. Remember, parables are so old. Precious gifts that were given to us before we were born. Sometimes we're not ready to get in a parable. But that's okay, because they're always there for us. We can visit them over and over again. We can visit them when we're children. We can visit them when we're grown-ups. We can visit them when we're moms and dads. We can visit them when we're grandmas and grandpas and older people. And they're always there for us. And the gift that they have inside can change. When you're young, it can be one gift. When you're older, it can be another gift. When you're happy, it can be another gift. When you're sad and scared, it can be another gift. All right, so let's see what's inside our box today. So one thing I have is this rough thing. And then I have this. It's kind of like a Band-Aid or a rope or a tree without any branches. It's a little bit rough, but it's smoother than this part, this big part. So I'm going to put it like this So it goes across like a big crack that divides this into two pieces. And then I have these very dark places, like eyes. They go on either side of the line. And look, this is the great city of Jerusalem. Goes at one end of the line. And this is the city of Jericho. Goes at the other end of the line. So this must be a road. And there's one more thing I need. These two. They go under the dark places. So now I can begin. So there was someone who was so different and so hard to understand and so precious that people followed him around and they asked him so many questions. And one of the questions that they asked him was, what is the most important thing that we should do in our life? And he smiled and said, you know the answer to that. And they said, you're right. We are supposed to love God and love other people like our neighbor. But who is our neighbor? And so Jesus told this story. Once there was a man who traveled on the road from Jerusalem to Jericho. And while he was traveling, two robbers came. And they stole everything that he had. And they hurt him. And they left him by the side of the road, half dead. Now, a priest who worked in the temple in Jerusalem was also traveling on the road from Jerusalem to Jericho, and as he passed the man who was hurt and everything he had was taken and he was left half dead, he moved away from him and crossed the road around him. Now the next person that came on the road was a Levite, and he was a person who also worked in the temple in Jerusalem, and he helped the priests and he helped to make music in the temple. But as he went on the road, he saw the man who had been hurt and everything had been taken from him, and he was left half dead. He passed on the other side of the road and went on his way. So the next person that passed on the road was not from Jerusalem. He was a visitor, and he was from a place called Samaria. And the people of Samaria did not like the people from Jerusalem, And the people from Jerusalem did not like the people from Samaria. But as he came along, he saw the man who had been robbed and hurt and left half dead, and he crossed the road to him, and he cared for him. He picked him up and put him on his donkey and took him to an inn in Jericho. And there he stayed with him and took care of him and fed him. And when he left the next day, he left enough money with the innkeeper to take care of the man who was injured until he was well. So I wonder who was the neighbor to the man who was hurt and robbed and left half dead. Was it the robbers? Was it the priest? Was it the Levite? Or was it the Samaritan? And I wonder who was the neighbor to the robber? Was it the other robber? Or the priest? Or the Levite? Or the man who was hurt? Or was it the Samaritan? And I wonder who was the neighbor to the priest? Was it the Levite? Was it one of the robbers? Was it the man who was hurt? Or was it the Samaritan? I wonder what the answers could be. These are hard. I wonder if this story would be different if all of these people were women instead of men. What do you think? I wonder if this whole story would be different if all of these people were children. The Samaritan, the man who was hurt, the priest, and the Levite, the two robbers, the dark places, the cities, the road, and the whole story. So I want you to remember that part of the story is for you to write, that your life is also part of the story. So what part of the story will your life be? So take care, be safe and be brave. I love you.